a lot of the stuff they told you didn't have to worry about, a lot of the stuff they told you that wouldn't happen, it's funny how it keeps happening. These are the same people who would tell you players would never opt out of playoff games. If we had more playoff games and less meaningless bowl games, then players won't opt out of playoff games. That same crowd fails to mention that this past December, cats like Nico Iamaleava almost held out of playoff games because they were trying to renegotiate contracts in the middle of a playoff run. He wasn't the only one. But just understand, all these people who cannot take a piss without getting the front of their pants wet, that claim to know what's best for this sport and claim to be visionaries, and boy, they can type a lot of words per minute, can't they? They have not the slightest clue what's best for this sport. And so we've taken the stance on this show for the past several months that we'll just ignore them. I don't really care. I don't care if you label me anti-players' rights. I don't care. I am pro-college football.
Thank you! Wow! Talk about a chain of events occurring. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am here today to talk about Nico will more than likely end up taking less money to transfer to UCLA. Before I say anything else, though, I want to present you guys with a topic question. So, here it is. Did UCLA make a good move with the Nico addition? I'm going to say no to this question. UCLA made a mistake adding Nico onto their roster as a starting quarterback. I understand Nico accomplished a lot of things at Tennessee. I understand that Nico was very productive this past season for Tennessee, but he is not a team first player. He is a me first player. Nico is all about getting the money, and this is not me making assumptions about Nico. This is Nico showing his actions that he is all about getting the money. His money, he wanted to get paid $4 million, whether it was at Tennessee or it was at another school. Whatever the case may be, Nico is all about me first and getting that money instead of focusing on the college experience and gaining experience from playing college football. Nico doesn't really love football like that. Nico likes football because of the money that it provides to him, but he doesn't truly love playing the game of football because he truly enjoys the atmosphere of football. Obviously, Nico will end up getting less money at UCLA because a lot of teams blackballed Nico from making possible deals. Obviously, a lot of college programs are not going to want to deal with the mess involving Nico in his camp. This is not me attacking Nico's character. I'm sure Nico is a great young kid. I'm sure Nico is going to be a productive individual in society if he gets his head straight. But we all know that Nico and his agents were about getting as much money as possible. This guy is focused on all the wrong things at his age. This is basically a 20-year-old kid that is more focused on getting the money now instead of developing his game further and earning the money later on. I also want to show you guys this clip of Cam Newton trashing Nico. I thought what he said was mostly accurate. He said this on his podcast. I couldn't agree more with what Cam Newton said in general. Roll the film.
Whoever gave him the advice to sit out killed that kid. Regardless of how you bounce back from this, you will be the example. He will have this as a stain on his career, and it's sad. I just hate that Nico, who's a good kid, who's a great guy, family is unbelievable, had the opportunity to see Nico. He came to my QB challenge a couple years ago, and to observe him for those multiple days, I did not see this coming. But what I do understand about kids and college athletes is they're getting it from so many different, but bro, if I was you, bro, nigga, bro, you heard how much he signed for? Just imagine, real example. When Carson Beck left Georgia to go to Miami and he realized, like, Carson Beck made $10 million? I'm better than Carson Beck. I know I can slap him for 12, but I'm just making 1.7, 2 million, 3. What NIL was and is intended for, it's just to make your college experience comfortable. This is not forever money.
Correct! Thank you, Cam Newton, for sharing enlightening experiences with your own career and being able to relate that to Nico's own struggles at the collegiate level. Obviously, Nico is all about getting the money, and UCLA is a desperate college football program that is doing anything they can to remain relevant. We all know that UCLA has fallen off the map in terms of football relevancy, especially in recent seasons. This is a mistake made by UCLA head coach Deshaun Foster. This is not something that he should be getting himself into. Well, obviously, he sees a talented quarterback in Nico, and he feels like if we can just get Nico onto our roster, we'll be able to reach a bowl game sooner rather than later, but that is a massive mistake to think about, because although Nico may be able to get UCLA to a bowl game sooner rather than later, it's going to be very hard to foster a healthy culture where the team comes first instead of the player. I like the position Tennessee took, where they focus on the team instead of the player. There is TEAM. There's no I in the word team, and Nico is all about I. He's all about getting the money. He's a me first player. He's not a team first player. He's not willing to do whatever it takes. Look at what Josh Pate was saying when I put that out there in the introduction. Josh Pate was talking about how this guy was trying to get more money during the college football playoff. This guy was more concerned about getting the money rather than locking in and doing whatever it took for Tennessee to beat Ohio State in the college football playoff. Now, I give Nico a lot of credit for how he performed last year. He played pretty well at times, especially for a freshman. I give him credit for taking Tennessee to the college football playoff, although I believe Dylan Sampson was the heart and soul of Tennessee's offense. I mean, come on now, we got to be pretty reasonable here. Nico was asking for elite money. This guy is not an elite quarterback. Was he even an elite quarterback in the SEC? No, he wasn't. That's why Tennessee played hardball, and Nico tries to go out there, tries to find himself a better deal. Obviously, he doesn't find a better deal, so he ends up having to settle for a deal at UCLA. I'm going to enjoy watching Nico play next year, not because I believe he's going to be a great quarterback, but because I know that he is a me-first player and that he's going to lead UCLA to a ton of losses. If Nico had stayed at Tennessee, this guy could have developed into a solid player at the college level. Who knows, maybe he ends up getting drafted onto an NFL team. Now that he's at UCLA making less money, I highly doubt that UCLA is going to become massive contenders with Nico at the quarterback position. This team is probably going 5-7 at best. And Deshaun Foster, get your firing papers ready, because you're going to get fired sooner rather than later. When you add a me-first player like Nico onto the roster, your culture gets destroyed with each passing day, because it is catering to the needs of a greedy player instead of a player that is hungry to win. Entitlement is the disease to a football team, and Nico is the definition of entitled quarterback play. This guy is entitled, and he believes that he should be earning more money. This guy is not grateful to be playing college football. This guy is all about making as much money as possible, and he's not even bothering to hide it. Obviously, UCLA is going to pay the price for that down the road, but that's what happens when you have no culture. Good job to Josh Heupel and Tennessee's athletic department for not caving into the demands of Nico. I gotta appreciate what they did. I like a lot of what Tennessee has done this recruiting cycle. I give them a lot of credit. It seems like they're still going to be a good football team moving forward. They might be a little worse with Nico, but you know what? The culture will stay intact in the long term, and that's all you could really ask for at the college level right now. So that is why UCLA did not make a good move with the Nico addition, as Nico is clearly a me-first player instead of being a team-first player. Remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking. Like the video, and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I may shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That will be for the @DustinNasTran Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram @DustinNasTran, and that's Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter @DustinNasTran. Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video, comment down below, check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel Sports Guy Talking.